Hi everyone, it's Evangelion, and today we are looking at our Yakima RidgeBack 5 bike rack here at Etrailer.com. So if you are looking for a bike rack that can carry up to 5 bikes and has all the nice premium features like locks and tilt away features, this might be the one for you. Some reasons you may want this bike rack is, let's say you have a large family, you got 5 people that all want to go biking, or if you want to bring your group of friends out for a bike ride and you want to carry their bikes, you might need a bike rack like this, which has the ability to carry multiple bikes. Now, one thing to note is that this may take a little bit of maneuvering just to make sure you can fit all your different handlebars, all your different pedals on this bike rack. So ideally, this would work best if you have maybe 2 adult bikes, 3 children's bikes, or if your handlebars aren't that long. One very important thing is just to make sure that you have the hitch that is compatible with this bike rack. Now, the bike rack's total capacity is 150 pounds, but it also has a single bike capacity of 40 pounds. So let's say you have 2 40-pound bikes and a couple of lighter bikes, then as long as you don't go over 150, you are good. Also, make sure that if you have an 1.25 inch hitch, it is a class 2 hitch that can handle that 150-pound capacity. And if it's not a class 2 1.25 inch hitch, but is a 2-inch hitch, then you are definitely good to go. The way this works is it has zip strip straps, so we have them all strapped in. You got 2 at the top and your anti-sway cradle here at the bottom, and this will help as you drive around to prevent sway with your bikes. For your children's bikes, women's bikes, alternate frame bikes like a step-through bike, you may notice how it has a frame that angles downward. So for the best fit, I recommend getting a bike adapter bar, just like what we have here on our children's bike, and that allows you to make sure that it is level as you load it up. Now let's see the Yakima RidgeBack in action as we drive it on our test course. So we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action, and this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway. Now I'm going to take the bikes off so that we can take a look at the bike rack itself. With the bikes off, let's take a closer look at the cradles that they were on. So over here at the end, I took the zip strips off. You can see how they have this nice padding on the bottom, as well as a groove for your bike's brake line. That way it helps support it, as well it helps keep it secure when it's attached. We also have these zip strips over here, so we have a hard rubber lining on the inside for the top of your frame, and these just ratchet down on each end, 1, 2, to secure your bike's frame. For each cradle, we have an anti-sway cradle at the end, and you can see how this is integrated with the top cradle. This can be moved to accommodate frames of different sizes, and they also come with their own zip strip strap in order to secure the bike by its bottom tube. A quick thing to look at here is that we have the Yakima signature bottle opener on each end of your arms. Taking some measurements, since this does carry 5 bikes, it's a little bit long, so measuring from the center of the hitch pin hole on our hitch all the way to the end of the arms by these bottle openers, it's a total of 44 inches long. As for the arms themselves, it's 28. In order to carry multiple bikes, I did notice that the cradles are kind of close to each other, so measuring from the center of each cradle, they are 5 inches apart. Now, when you are not carrying around bicycles, you can fold these arms down for extra space. So to do so, there's a lever here on top. You're just going to pull that lever up, and then these arms just glide to a stop at the end, and you can see it's a lot shorter in this position. Let's take some measurements here. So from the center of the hitch pin hole all the way to the end, which is by this lever, it is 19 inches. Now this will depend really on your hitch and where it's placed. That's why we measure from the center of the hitch pin hole, but for closest point, measuring from that hole to this mast at the end, it's 9 inches, and to the upright mast, it is 12 inches. For ground clearance, after taking some measurements, of course it does depend on where your hitch sits in relation to the ground, but this is going to add 2 1/4 inches from the bottom of the lip of the inside of your hitch. With your bikes off, you can tilt this away, and to do so, there is a lever right over here that you're going to have to pull, and then this just tilts down. See how it has a really good low angle, and this allows you to, let's say if you have an SUV, access your hatch, or if you have a truck, to lower your tailgate without having to take the bike rack off. Now this lever down here, it is plastic, so one thing I would like to recommend is to push the bike rack forward before lifting it down, and that will put a little less stress on that lever right there. Now let's take a look at how it fits onto our hitch. This fits an 1 1/4 and 2-inch hitches. Again, make sure that your 1 1/4 hitch is a class 2 hitch with enough weight capacity for this bike rack and the bikes you're loading up on it. It comes with a sleeve in order to accommodate the 2-inch hitch we have it in right now. This comes with a safety pin, and that's to put into your hitch while it's loaded up, just to make sure that everything is secure, even in an emergency situation. So I have it in the lock position, that's why it's free spinning. And then when I turn it to the unlocked position, you can see here now that there's a lot of tension in that knob. That's because it also works as the anti-rattle mechanism. So when you pop this into your hitch, you tighten it down with this knob here, activates that anti-rattle, then you lock it again, and you are good to go. This does not come with a cable lock, but you can add one. So this panel right over here, if you pick up the extra Yakima handcuff cable lock, this installs into the back of your post and allows you to have an integrated cable lock to secure your bikes, and you can get it with the same key system cores so that your one key matches all of your Yakima accessories. My final thoughts about this bike rack is I really do like how it gives me the opportunity or the option to carry around 5 bikes. Yes, it's a little close together. Yes, it's a little difficult to figure out the best fit. But if I want to fill up my vehicle with all my friends or all my family and we all want to go out for a bike ride, I like how I get to do that with this bike rack. Just make sure that you got the best fit for your vehicle. It's at a pretty good price range. It's mid-tier, but has the premium features like tilt away, locking, and you can add a cable lock. And that was a look here at our Yakima RidgeBack 5 bike rack here at Etrailer.com.